Independent Senator Lidia Thorpe has ignited a political firestorm after saying she would burn down Parliament House to make her point. She made the comments during a speech in Melbourne over the weekend at a rally supporting Palestine.
We stand with you every day, and we will fight every day, and we will turn up every day. And if I have to burn down Parliament House to make a point, and I am there to free Palestine from the river to the sea.
Labor has condemned the remarks as reckless and inflammatory, while the opposition MPs say they undermine faith in Australia's democratic institutions. Thorpe maintains she was using a figure of speech to highlight frustration with government inaction on Indigenous issues, insisting her comments were metaphorical, not a call to violence. But the backlash is growing, and some are now demanding the Senate censure her over what's being described as a dangerous outburst. You know, I don't agree with a lot of what Lidia Thorpe does. I don't agree with a lot of her politics. But I agree that she was using a metaphor. Do we really think she's going to burn Parliament House down? Now, I've seen a lot of commentary on this by on Talkback and on Sky News and the like. And I did see one commentator on Talkback Radio suggest that she was inciting violence. Well, no. And even the example this person used, saying that if I tell people to go and do something like burn down Parliament, I'm inciting violence. Or if I go and tell people to attack someone. But she didn't ask anyone to go and burn down Parliament House. She said, I will burn it to the ground. It is a saying. I will burn it to the ground to get what I need to do the, it is a saying that has been used. And I did see today the AFP is now investigating Lidia Thorpe's burn down Parliament House comments. The Australian Federal Police are investigating whether Independent Senator Lidia Thorpe breached legislation by saying she would burn down Parliament House to make a point about Palestinian and Indigenous rights at a rally over the weekend. In a statement to this masthead, an AFP spokeswoman said the force was aware of Thorpe's comments and had initiated an investigation into a possible breach of legislation. I mean, really, does anyone think... Now, I know she's done some big things. She's done protests inside Parliament House. As I say, I don't agree with some of the things she's done. But I will support her right to say something is... I'll say it's benign, but people won't think it's benign. But it's like me... What's an example I can use? It's like me saying, I'll run you through. Now, that could indicate violence, like that I'm going to kill you on my way through to something. Is it what I mean? Absolutely not. She just meant she is going to do everything that she can to get legislation, to get the things she needs. And she's an easy target. And you know what you won't get here? You won't get easy targets. In fact, I go against the grain on so many things, and I open myself up to abuse and negative feedback because I won't just get the low-hanging easy fruit. It is so easy for people, for commentators to say, well, we can all go against this. We can attack Thorpe because she's not on the right of politics. She's not a Lib. She's not a member of the coalition. And the audience we're going towards will not like what she does. As I said, there's a lot of things she does that I don't like. I have mentioned I've met her and I did like her, but I think she goes too far plenty of times. In this respect, I just don't think she did. I think this is a mountain out of a molehill, and I just think that if you want to have a go at her for certain things, have a go at her on the right things. And, I think the mainstream media just gets lazy. And then the politicians feed into this because it's this hamster wheel. Someone says something, the tabloid media get out, the mainstream media gets outraged, the politicians respond and get the AFP to launch an investigation. I mean, what's the investigation here? Did she mean it? Are they going to go through her emails and see if she has done emails saying this is how I'm going to burn down Parliament House? She has actually had to have the AFP protecting her from threats and real violence that's been threatened against her. Not someone just making using a saying, I'm going to burn the house down. We need to grow up. And the sooner mainstream media grows up, they'll stop losing all the viewers and listeners that they're losing at the moment. We can have smarter conversations. We can say, don't overly agree with this person, but I'm going to defend them on this because what they said wasn't a dangerous outburst. It just wasn't. Maybe it was silly, sure. But she's come out and said, it's just not what I meant. She must be rolling her eyes because I'm rolling my eyes. Get upset about the right things, like this next thing I want to talk about.
Fun, insightful interviews from a washed-up producer with nothing to lose. McKnight tonight, McKnight tonight, McKnight tonight. It's good.